Steve, Jim Beam returning with the team this year, but it looks a little different.
Yeah, it does. You know, we've got a couple of new products from Jim Beam with Jim Beam and Honey, and also Jim Beam Devil's Cut. They're two totally different products that Jim Beam have brought out, and you know, I guess that the Jim Beam and Honey really is trying to capture the people that maybe don't like the strong taste of Jim Beam on its own. It's a very a different taste in the way that it really softens it up, and it really makes it quite, I wouldn't say oversweet, but it's yeah, it's very, very good, and you know, with still a lot of percentage of alcohol in it, so you know, you don't feel like you're tasting any or drinking any alcohol. But the Devil's Cut's more for the serious drinker, and it's basically a 90 proof Jim Beam that's extracted from the barrel, and it's rocket fuel, so to speak. So it's very interesting and something different to you know, what we've done in the past.
You've obviously done your homework there with your bourbon products. The team has done its homework in the off season. 4 cars, it's going to be a big challenge. How do you see it playing out? Yeah,
you know, we've really thought about the business structure and what we need to do with Dick Johnson Racing to foresee it into the future, especially with Car of the Future starting next year. And a lot of the teams are going multiple cars, and you know, we're no different. It's made sense to us to bring on Dean, who was a struggling one-car team, to now bring him into our stable. You know, it certainly is a massive asset for Dick Johnson Racing to have Jim Beam on board Dean's car, and you know, we've brought Norton on for Moffat's car, and we've also got Stevie Owen in with VIP with the Paul Morris Motorsport entry. So you know, we haven't had to double the team structure, because the structure's always been there, the facilities there, and the fundamentals are right. So all we had to do was put on a few extra heads and to get through more workload, and you know, we've got a 4-car team, and it's you know, I guess within the next 5 years is as our business plan, the team's going to really be thriving, and you know, really where I want it to be in the future.
Dean, we've known for a little while that you'd be with DJR this year, but I guess this makes it all seem a bit more real now.
Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. I mean, obviously we had the first test, which was really good, but this sort of brings it right home, and exciting new couple of liveries. I'm pumped, ready to go.
As you say, you drove the car at the Sandown test. It's your car from last year, but it's been in the workshop over the off-season. Did it feel much different?
It did feel a little bit different, not massively different, but like you say, it's been to Dick's and had a massive rebuild, and the boys have given it a really good birthday. My number 1 from Triple F, Lindsay Thompson's come over with me, so he knows the car like the back of his hand, and he stripped it and treated it like his little baby, and built it up to be to quite a good thing. So it did go really well at the test. It did a few things quite a bit better than what it did last year. So yeah, we had some decent speed, so it's got to be a good thing.
You've gone from a 1-car team to a 4-car team. That's got to make your race weekend, the way that works with debriefs and all that sort of thing, very different this year.
Yeah, definitely. Like, even I found at the test it was the same, you know. Like, for me, in the past, just being a single car team, you come in and you just don't know what's what. You don't have anyone to compare against. Whereas at the test straight away, I said, oh, I feel like it's doing this. And then I asked 3 other guys the same thing, and they say, yes, I think it's doing that as well. So you've got some sort of clarity there, and you know what direction to take. And that, for me, is a big thing.
Are there any particular goals for you now this season?
No, I don't really want to set any goals, to be honest. I just want to do the best I can. Take, it sounds a bit cliche, but take each session as it comes, and just try and do the best I can, work well with my engineer, and try and get the best results.
Friday's got 4 practice sessions, qualifying, and maybe even a top 10 shootout. So it's going to be a pretty big start to your campaign here.
Yeah, busy. I actually only noticed that last week. I've looked at the schedule and gone, geez, Friday is full on. So, yeah, so especially with gooses like that around, you know.